Ashlynn has been in a slump recently, although she wouldn't like to admit that.
Hey, okay, it's not that kind of slump.
Okay, sure. Not a reading slump, but I fear that is coming next considering you've already DNF'd 3 books back to back. I am trying to help.
Are you kidding?
Someone had to say it.
Oh.
I mean, it's your first video in 3... Emotionally, she's in shambles. Logically, she knows she doesn't need more books. Narratively, this is her villain origin story.
I'm still here.
As of recently, I have just been feeling in such a rut. I actually don't even know if this video is going to make it on the internet. This is more just like kind of therapeutic in a way for me. I want to be honest about like how I've been feeling recently. I've just been feeling a little off creatively and emotionally. I kind of had a moment within the past week or so where I realized the deep root I have tied so much of my self-worth to views and likes and comments, which is just not healthy. But I didn't even really realize it until I was in the trenches of it all. I never thought that I would really wrap my identity in those things, but it just happened so sneakily, and like I realized I was checking my YouTube analytics and stats multiple times a day, almost like obsessing over it just to see where I was at, and like it was really taking away the enjoyment of making projects that I was really enthusiastic about. I would see they weren't performing how I wanted them to. It's just a weird place to be at mentally, and yes, thank you. The first step that I took was deleting the YouTube Studio off of my phone. So I deleted the app, and I have been going for like 5 days strong now, and I already feel so much better. The first few days I kept reaching to like just out of muscle memory going for the app to open it up, and that's when I really realized, oh my gosh, I open it a lot more than I realized I did. I'm gonna create because it's fun and because it's what I love to do. I just don't want to worry so much about how things are performing, because I got to a point where it felt like when people are clicking on my videos, it almost felt personal. Like, do people not like me? Am I doing something wrong? And it's just not a healthy headspace to be in. And I just really hit a hard breaking point. And I know this all sounds so silly. I went book shopping like a couple of months ago, and I have already read a lot of books that I got. I'm just so excited to kind of reset with book shopping and like just do it for me. Of course, book shopping isn't going to fix anything, but it just kind of helps me to like breathe again. I'm just gonna walk around and see whatever I want to get, and I'm actually really excited. I did kind of have a breakdown in the car, but I'm good now. I'm gonna book shop for things that are honestly just cathartic for me, and genres that I love, and also authors that I love to also just be comforting to me.
Wow, how sweet to have your besties there to comfort you.
I love you guys. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
We're literally just on the verge of breakdowns like 24/7.
Are you guys really?
Now editing these clips 3 weeks later, it's honestly kind of hard because I know the headspace that I was in, but I love that I actually decided to go book shopping this day. It's cool too with books because it's all of these fictional stories and none of them are about you. It's not overwhelming the way that life sometimes is.
One of my favorite things is that Book People has stools here. And all of a sudden I can reach everything. What is that go-to genre for you whenever you feel like you're in a rut?
I feel like you're already gonna guess what mine is. I think mine would be cozy fantasy.
Yes.
But it's like, it's a very specific type of cozy fantasy where it's not like very political or very like super plot heavy. It's more like the comforting, like we're in a fairy world with like La La Land stuff. And the characters are very like change and grow type. So it's very like, that's like just a very comforting type of book for me.
Mine's not really a genre. Mine's an author. Stephen King. Whenever I feel like I'm in a rut and I'm not satisfied with what I'm doing creatively or just like in life, I actually pick up one of his books and it's like, oh yeah, this is like what feels good. The best part is he's written in so many genres.
Yeah.
So like, it's not just scary, it's also thrilling and enthralling and makes you cry and makes you, it like kind of captivates you emotionally.
It's funny that Ian mentioned Stephen King because that is actually the first comfort author that I'm going to. I've been wanting to read this book for a very long time, so I'm finally pulling the trigger on it. I'm not going to show you to the book haul. I have been wanting to read House of Leaves, I think since last fall. And I look at it every time I'm at the bookstore, and I never buy it. I really want to read Holly, but before I do, I need to read Mr. Mercedes trilogy, but I don't know where it's at.
Mark my words, we got it on camera. One day I will read.
So I just read the description of House of Leaves. I don't know how to feel about it. Like, a part of me is a little scared. Another part of me wants to give it a try. It's definitely probably one of the most unique books I think I will ever read. But, like, was that upside down? That page was just upside down. What is this? We got a colon in there. I've been eyeing it for so long, though, that I'm like, maybe this is the time. But I am scared because... And it's, like, so vague. When I was reading it, it's, like, said a lot but nothing at the same time.
No, they don't give you much. The author did all of this intentionally.
Yeah,
so you want to read the whole thing.
There's no other medium by which you can read the book. You can't listen to it. You can't see it. He made it so you have to read every word.
All the faces.
And I also got another Little Women, and I was like, you can tell I'm going through something when I want my 5th copy of Little Women.
There will be signs.
There will be signs.
I kind of want this little... No. Get her on the sunshine.
Therapy.
Take her outside.
Lock me up now.
Okay, on a real note though, I was really going through it in these clips. You guys know I have been in a rut and I have been working on getting myself out of it. That's not always easy, and a lot of times you need to just talk it through with someone. It was just perfect that the sponsor of today's video is Talkiatry. I've talked about them a few times on my channel. I love Talkiatry. And if you don't know what Talkiatry is, it's a mental health practice that provides online care and takes insurance. I know. So they are in network with major insurers. And like I said, it's 100% online and they have flexible scheduling. And Talkiatry actually focuses on psychiatry versus talk therapy, so they can actually prescribe medication for a wide variety of mental health conditions. So when patients come to them, they can actually expect a personalized treatment plan for you, of course, if it's right for you and for your case. The most common conditions that they treat is like ADHD, anxiety, depression, postpartum care. Also, there's no monthly subscription fee. They've completed over 2 million visits. That just goes to show that their patients trust them with their care. And Talkiatry meets you where you are, like actually metaphorically, but also literally. You can actually click the link in the description box down below, or you can scan this QR code right here to check out Talkiatry today. Thank you so much, Talkiatry, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into the book shopping.
Wait, can I? Yeah. We are phoning a friend. Ian just messaged Vera because she loves this book. It was like life-changing for her.
It's like her favorite book of all time.
Yeah.
This book is incredible. Let me convince you to read this book. First of all, it looks pretty thick, right? Look at this. Look at this. It's all fake. It's all fake. Do you see that? That's one word. See that? It's a fake book. It's not like... Oh, sorry, those are words. We always talk about like the books that we read when we were kids, right? And we loved picture books. It's a picture book. This book is so good. Okay.
Guys, all of my worries washed away after I heard Vera talking about how much she loves this book. So I'm really excited to do a huge reading vlog on it, and I'll show you more of like Vera's video that she sent because it is so funny. We were literally dying laughing.
Ashlynn, did you even buy any books?
I was just getting there. I was getting there. That's what I was gonna say.
Let's get into the book haul.
That's my line.
My bad.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into the book haul. I am convinced. Fully this. Hi. We need to talk. I do have a book haul. And quite a big one. Okay, before I get into the haul, guys, it has been like 3 weeks later. Okay, I'm coming back. I just feel like there has been a foreign person in my body for the past few weeks, and I truly feel like I'm coming back to who I am. So, we went to Barnes & Noble and Book People. We're gonna start with Book People. I ended up getting 10 books total. The first book that I got, which I think is honestly one of the books I am the most excited about from all the ones that I got. It is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. I think that's right. I do. I think that's right. I think I really kind of nailed that. But if you have not heard about this freaking masterpiece, that's what everyone says it is. I mean, this book is loved by many, but it's also one of those books where I feel like people can't really describe what it's about because it's different for each person. It's a different experience. And that is so exciting to me. It's definitely going to be probably the most unique book I will ever read in my life. This is about a family that moves into a house that is much bigger on the inside than it is the outside. When I was reading the description, it was talking about how this was basically just a big heap of a manuscript, and it wasn't really enticing to the mass majority of people until it slowly started being recognized by so many different types and groups of people, and then it eventually worked its way up to the older generation, and it actually was so impactful for so many people that they ended up rekindling relationships with their estranged children. It's so unique. Like, look at this. That is so crazy. I think some pages you have to turn like upside down and oh, there's a picture. I'm excited to read it, and honestly, my description didn't do it justice because I haven't read it, and it sounds like one of those books that is just really difficult to describe even if you have. But I do know that it is a melting pot of genres. But apparently this is like paranormal, thriller, horror. I think I've heard there's fantasy in this. There's romance I've heard. It's truly exactly what I said. It's a melting pot of genres. I want to read it during the fall time and do a whole deep dive into the book. Just one video reading this book. Okay, the next book and the last one that I got from Book People is a book that I've been wanting to read for a while now. And then I saw Stephen King post about this on his Instagram, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna get it. I definitely want to read this one, so I'm really excited, and I love the cover. But it's The Institute by Stephen King. This one sounds similar-ish to, what's that show called, where they're like upside down and 11 has powers. Stranger Things. This one's so interesting because these people come into this little boy's house, murder his parents, kidnap him, take him to this facility, put him in this room that is identical to his room at his house, and they're expected to serve whatever that means. I know that these kids have supernatural powers, and he finds out that he's in the front half of this facility, and there are many other kids there too. And then there's the back half, which if you go to the back half, you're basically never seen again. And so he is desperate to find a way out before getting to the back half. Okay, I didn't know if this was horror, but it says gripping horror, and I guess like technically fantasy. Okay, next up is Barnes. So basically, I just bought the rest of the books in this trilogy. I just finished the first book, loved it, had to buy the second and third, but this one I already had. It's Pines by Blake Crouch. Of course, Blake Crouch is so goated. He's awesome. He writes science fiction thrillers, and if you're curious or want to start reading a Blake Crouch novel, honestly, I think Pines is a really fun start, but my all-time favorite is Recursion. That's actually one of my favorite books ever written, ever, that I've ever read, that I know of, that the world has ever seen. Yeah, I just basically completed the trilogy. I got the other 2 books because after reading Pines, which, okay, I do want to say, you guys, I have been wanting to read this for a long time. So, I just want to say that because sometimes, I love you guys, but sometimes you're like, oh, Ian read this, so you want to read it. Guys, this has also been on my TBR forever, okay? So give me a little bit more credit than that. With Pines, the main character is a Secret Service agent, and he ends up waking up from an accident that occurred when he was going into this town called Wayward Pines, and he was sent there to look for 2 missing Secret Servant... He was sent there to look for 2 other Secret Service agents. Yeah, he woke up, has no phone, no wallet, no ID, like nothing. And as he walks into this town and is asking people for information about the accident, where his things are, all of that, everyone's just like, we don't know. He can't get a hold of his wife, his boss, nothing. He's like stuck in this town and he's trying to find a way out. If there is one, I don't know. Okay, next up, this was so nice. So as I was checking out, I actually saw this book and I've been wanting to read it for a while, but I wanted these new covers, and this was actually a part of the Barnes & Noble monthly pick. So when I noticed it, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to read that book. And then the Barnes & Noble employee was like, oh, I'll give it to you 50% off. Like, what? It was the nicest thing ever. I got Lies of Locke Lamora, and I just love this cover. I feel like I need to get up close to the camera so you can really see that. And George R.R. Martin has a blurb on the front. Fresh, original, and engrossing, gorgeously realized. Even his blurb, I'm like, I love his writing. And this one is fantasy, so I'm excited to read that. The next one that I got, I actually was in line with Faith, and Barnes & Noble was about to close, and Faith picked this book up, and I was reading the back of it in line with her, and then realized that I actually wanted it too, so I went back the next day and I got it, and it's called Far and Away by Amy Popel. This is it, and also there's Texas, if you don't know. I live in Texas now, so that's cool. This book reminds me of the movie The Holiday, but just make it not a Christmas book. It's not a Christmas book, but it's like The Holiday where these 2 women switch houses, but they have like families of their own. One of them lives in Dallas, I think, and then the other one lives in Germany. So they completely switch lives, but this sounds so crazy. I feel like there's so many layers to this book because this is a romance between the children, but this is like general fiction. I'm pretty sure that's where I found it. So there is a romance in there. Annabelle Monaghan has a blurb. I just think this is going to be such a comedic read, and I am really excited about it. Next up, kind of in that same vein, I got another book that is considered women's fiction, and it's a new release by Annabelle Monaghan. It's called It's a Love Story. This one I think might be a rom-com, but also all of her books have emotional depth in them, so it's just always a really fun time. I'm saying that as if I've read a lot of her books, but I've only read one other one. But I think the main character is actually, I think she was like a childhood star. And so now that she's an adult, she really wants to make a name for herself in the Hollywood like film industry. But in order to get her project greenlit, she claims that she can have this mega pop star write a song for the movie. But she says this to this pompous cinematographer that also was like a one-time crush for her. And I think the romance is between them. The next three, I have 3 more. The next one that I got is historical fiction, and it's called The Secret Book of Flora Leah. And I love this cover as well. A woman stumbles across a mysterious children's book. Long-held secrets about her missing sister and their childhood spent in the English countryside during World War II are revealed. And so now she's wondering, is this a sign that her sister did survive the war and is still alive? I did hear that there is just a teensy bit of magical realism, so come for the historical fiction. enjoy the magical realism, but you're getting historical fiction at its core. Okay, next up. Oh no, my battery's gonna die. Okay, this next one. I've only been seeing this book in hardcover. So when I saw it at Barnes & Noble in paperback and with some fun sprayed edges, I actually decided that I would get it. And it's called Beach Vibes by Susan Mallory. And I love the cover. It's just like, I think this is gonna be a fun one to read for summertime, but also the sprayed edges are really, really cute. I am a little bit concerned now about it. I wasn't at first, but now I am. So this one, honestly, now I'm like, I don't know if I should have got it. I'm already annoyed with the main character. So basically the main character's brother is dating her best friend, and she finds her brother cheating with another woman. So now she's like, do I tell my best friend and betray my brother, or do I not tell my best friend, and that way she gets to keep her relationship with her best friend's brother because she also has something with her best friend's brother. It honestly sounds really messy, and I don't think I'd like it now that I'm actually saying it out loud. If you guys have read it, please let me know what you thought, because now I'm actually kind of scared, and I'm scared it's gonna be really spicy. The next book that I got was actually a gift from Faith, and you know, Faith loves this book. This is one of her favorite books. It's The Unmaking of June Farrow. I've been wanting to read this one since it came out, but I didn't want to get the hardcover, and then every time I tried getting it at Barnes & Noble, it was always sold out, and then I kind of forgot about it, but I've been wanting to read it because I know it's one of Faith's favorite books, and so I want to read it because she loves it. I did read a book by Adrienne Young this year. It was A Sea of Unspoken Things, and I did enjoy it, but I've heard that this one is even better, which I'm really excited about, and I think this is on my list of 25 books to read in 2025. This one just sounds so mysterious to me because it follows June Farrow. The Farrow women have a thriving, I think it's like a flower farm. The whole town remembers when June's mom disappeared, and she's been raised by her grandmother. And so June starts hearing a voice calling her name on the wind, and this like random door starts appearing magically out of nowhere, and she's determined to put an end to this curse. After her grandmother passes away, she ends up seeing the door again and decides to actually walk through it. So once she does, she embarks on a journey that will change her past and also her future, and then there's like a romance in there, and she starts finding and figuring out a lot of answers about some mysteries that have occurred in the town. And it just sounds honestly really like a great read. I always show you the big stack that I hold up, and this is it. This is crazy. What reading vlogs should I do for some of these? Once again, thank you so much to Talkiatry for sponsoring today's video. And you can actually scan this QR code right here, or you can click the link in the description down below to check out Talkiatry today. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. And thank you guys so much for just sitting, talking with me. I just love you guys so much. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!
So glad that's over with.